Hello my friends, welcome back to Studio 520. No, this is not 520, this is G2 my friends. Okay, so let's talk about this. This is a lesson that is a little complex. Solve two-step problems involving measurement conversions. Yes, conversions my friends. So let's look at the problem. Look at this. Tia cut a 8 centimeter wire into 8 equal pieces. So this is Tia. Let's make a picture. So it's going to help us visualize what we need to do. So the whole thing is 4 and 8 centimeters. And the way you write that in decimal form is this: 0, 8. That means 8 out of 100 meters. Okay. And now then Martha, and she cuts that into 10 pieces. Let's pretend I can do this in correctly in 10 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There you go. And then we have Martha. She cut a longer piece, 540 centimeters wire into equal pieces, 9 equal pieces. So this is Martha. And Martha has a little longer piece, and she cut it in 9 pieces. So let's do this in third parts, and then we divide this in 3, 3, and 3. Okay, so this whole thing is 540, but these are centimeters, my friends. So this is how it will make my life easier when I look at a problem like this. I will convert this measurement into centimeters. Now, how in the world are you going to do that, Coach Magnifico? Well, here's how you do it. So, you know that 1 meter equals 100 centimeters, right? So, what you do here is, what if you have 4.8 meters? So, what are we going to do with it? Well, let's look at this. We can multiply that by 100 because we want to convert it into centimeters. If we do that using our place value chart like we always had in the past, we can use our place value chart and allow it to help us solve this problem. So we write 4 and 8/10. When you multiply by 100, the number becomes larger. So that means the number will shift to the left of the decimal point. So that means the 4 is going to move to the left 2 times because it's multiplied by 100. Every 0 represents a 10. So that will be 4. And the same thing we do with the other numbers. And now we know that this number in centimeters is going to be, let me see, this equals in centimeters 408 centimeters. So now why are we doing that? Well, that was going to make it easy for us to solve the problem, because this is a division. Look at this. Now, this is 408 divided by how many pieces? 10. So you ask yourself, as a 5th grade student, how many groups of 10s can you make out of 4? And the answer is 0. Then you group these two numbers and becomes the 40. So the 10 goes into the 40 4 times. 4 times 10 equals 40. The remainder is 0. And we place the 8 on the elevator to bring it down. Now we ask ourselves, how many groups of 10s can we make out of 8? And the answer is 0. Now we're going to add a decimal number because we're going to add 0 to this one. So we add a decimal point and then we add a 0. Now we ask ourselves, how many 10s are in 80? And the answer is 8, because 8 times 10 equals 80, and the remainder is 0. So each of these little pieces, each of these is 40 and 8 centimeters. Now let's see the length of Martha's wires. So the whole thing is 540, but she cut this one into 9 pieces. So you say, ask yourself, how many 9s are going to the 5? And the answer is 0. Then you say, how many 9s going to the 54? So you know that 9 times 5 equals 45. 9 times 6 equals 64. So that's the answer. 6 times 9 equals 54. and the remainder is 0. Bring the 0 down. You ask yourself now, how many groups of 9s can you create out of 0? And the answer is 0. So now each of these pieces of wire is 60 centimeters. So the question on this problem is, how much longer is one of Martha's wires than one of Tia's? So when you hear that how much longer, that means we're looking for a subtraction. So now we're going to get both of the numbers. So the numbers are going to be 60. So we always subtract a small number from a large number. 60, and then we're going to subtract 40 and 8/10 from 60. So I always recommend this strategy. So there are no 10s up here, so that's what you do. So that's easier for your brain to visualize what's happening. So you say, how many groups of take away 8 from 10 because we borrow from these numbers, right? So this is gonna decrease to a 5. This is a 10 now, and because the ones are gonna borrow from this 10, that becomes a 9, and this becomes a 10. Take away 8 from 10 equals 2, and subtract 0 from 9 equals 9, and subtract 1 from 5 and 4 from 5 equals 1. So the difference, my friends, is 19 and 2 centimeters. So there you have it, my friends. This is a two-step problem in which we identify the length of the pieces of each of these two individuals. Then we subtract the individual length, and this is how much longer is our wires, how much longer are Martha's wires than Tia's wires. My friends, watch this video again. I think you have to watch it like 10 times, maybe 100, so you can understand what happened, especially if you are one of my 5th graders. Please enjoy learning multiplication. It's fun. Signing out from Studio 520, Coach Magnifico.